This is the FarmHopLife Men's Forum, episode 5. We're going to be talking about leadership. I am Matt Derosier of FarmHopLife. I'm running solo right now. We'll see who jumps in later, but we're going to go. And if I sound like S, it's because I feel like S. So there you go. Some quick current events. Obviously, everybody knows, and a lot of people just straight up don't care anymore. Crypto prices are down, and I would be buying the dip personally, but a $2,000 hospital bill kind of sucks. All that potential dip buying. So there's that, and there was some kind of like FUD last week over. I'll read a headline here from Fortune.com. Coinbase earnings were bad. Worse still, the crypto exchange is now warning that bankruptcy could wipe out user funds. And so it's basically like what happens to people's stuff if Coinbase goes away. And I actually didn't even read the article, but it doesn't matter because I don't hold any of my crypto on exchanges. I finally killed that stupid bug. Sorry. It's driving me nuts flying in front of my face. Yeah, get your crypto off exchanges. The end. So tonight we're talking about sorry, it's really warm in this office. Leadership. Like, what makes a good leader? Here, let's throw up a banner here, and if anybody's watching, we can. What makes a good leader? Banner show. What makes a good leader? Are you a leader in your household or the leader in your household? There's a difference. I would say between my wife and I, we are equal leaders. We come up with some ideas. Oh my gosh. Here to save the day. Dylan, thank you.
Yes.
I was live? Like, yeah, we're live. We're
Excellent.
going.
Good.
Okay. I take back everything I just said. We're just going to start over the last 3 minutes. Dylan Schnese, everybody, of Steady Presence.
Just got down from putting the kids to bed.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, no problem.
I was like, oh, crap. This is going to be like a 5-minute episode.
Nope, I make this a priority. So
awesome. Well,
yep,
thank you.
And just like one of the current events that we're going to talk about tonight, we prioritize the things that we value. So glad to be here.
Yes. So what do you want to get into that right now? Because I had a few things.
Yeah, go ahead. Personal things or life things?
I guess not personal. I told everybody already that if I sound like S, it's because I feel like S. So
yeah, tell me about
getting over a cold.
Okay.
Just getting over a cold.
Okay.
Yeah, Katie's got the worst of it. She's got this cough that she can't shake, and so she's actually she's at the doctor's like right now to see if there's something they can do for her, because like with the cough, it strains all those pelvic floor muscles, and being high risk, it's like can't be having that. So
no, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you got to check on that.
Yeah. So I guess that's just like personal stuff. Yesterday, it was because I got a little bit done, but in the afternoon, it was just dang hot. And so honestly, we just sat out on the deck for like 2 hours and like watched Milo like run up and down the deck and play with this and play with that. get into this, get into that, and we never do that. We never just get to sit and relax. And I'm
Yeah.
way too busy. Gotta get this done. Gotta get this done. So
Yeah, I find myself in the get stuff done mode often, and when I'm in that mode, I take advantage of it. But then there's times that I'm not in that mode,
right,
and that's the times that I just embrace that I'm not feeling it, and we go out on the porch and eat breakfast, or tonight we had a bowl of ice cream out on the porch, and so yeah, sometimes you just gotta take a break and
yeah,
unwind. It's nice.
right. A bowl of ice cream. What flavor?
Vanilla. The boys wanted
Vanilla.
it. Yeah, the boys wanted it, so I'm just a few scoops of like scrape the top of it, just barely scrape it. Put a
Sure.
few of those kind of bites in, and just call it. So
Nice. That sounds pretty tasty. Probably would
yeah.
help my crap throat right now because it's just super scratchy. But so speaking of personal stuff, you after last episode we can did a little more talking. Did you update your tagline for Steady Presence? What'd you come up with?
Well, I just kept it steady present still for Instagram, and I updated it on Float.
Okay, I saw that, but I mean
Yeah.
like oh, what the heck was it? I quizzed Katie on it because you sent me like the shortened version and I like took out a couple more words and I was like, okay, now say it back to me. And
Oh,
she's
you're
like,
talking
da 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 da.
tagline.
Yeah, the tagline.
Got it. No, I did not work on the tagline any further. I abbreviated my pitch at the end of the episode, but I didn't work on the tagline anymore. I yeah, I should focus on that. But what what we decided on for the end of the show pitch is focusing on the birth side of our business, because that's the that's the part of the business that is going to appeal to a national audience. Our
Right.
Airbnb and our events, that's not going it's going to be difficult to market that to a larger audience, unless we do like a Midwest self-reliance type festival. Then that would draw in a larger audience. But we're just going to stick with the birth part for the national
Sure.
audience. So
I was trying to find the email that we were talking about, like where we were talking about it. You sent me your tagline, and I was gonna just pitch it to the audience and see what people liked. Does this sound better? No, I can't find it.
oh, sure.
But we'll do it later or something. So I was explained briefly because apparently I'm in like speed mode right now. Crypto prices are down, and we got a $2,000 hospital bill in the mail recently, so we will
Yeah.
not be buying the dip as
Yeah.
much as that sucks.
Yeah.
So you buy the dip?
Well, okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about is when we're talking about lifestyles with people, and we're talking whether it be homesteading or homeschooling, growing your food. A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't," or I wish I could homestead, or I wish I could homeschool. And I find myself saying, I wish I had the available money to buy Bitcoin at the dip.
Yeah,
But I'm just going to own up to it and say, hey, Bitcoin is not a priority for us right now,
sure.
because we don't have the financial resources at this time to buy it. And so that's one of those things with an investment is it's that money that's left after expenses, after saving, and then it's that next step. It's that investment step. So for us, we see it in our future, but we don't we don't have the assets, and we don't make it a priority right now. With that being
That's a
said,
good way to look at it, though.
yeah. So that's what we tell people, or that's what we want people to say. We want them to own up to, this isn't a priority in our life. And then it kind of gets you thinking, like, how can I make it a priority in my life?
Yeah. No, that
However,
makes sense.
if I did have the assets, I would be buying the dip, because I looked at the prices, and even though I'm not completely in the crypto space, I can still be astute and aware of what it's doing.
Sure.
To see that it's under 30,000 is incredible.
Yeah, it's at 29.9 right now.
Yeah, that's an incredible opportunity. I mean, other people would say that, oh, crypto's down, it's a bad asset, it's crashing or whatever. And they don't understand the underlying value. Just like I was talking about at the start of this.
Yeah.
If you get down to it, and I'm sure I have relatives that will be watching this video, because I'll share the link on Facebook. I tend to share the link on Facebook if the topics that we're talking about aren't too I don't know, out there. Whatever. But invest in the things in life that have value. And the real value in Bitcoin, you have to go back to understanding what is money, and Bitcoin solves all of the things that make money valuable. And I could go on, but that's the simple way to understand Bitcoin.
Sure.
So I don't know if you have anything to bounce off that.
Not at this time, no. But I didn't find value in that $2,000 hospital bill, so I should just buy $2,000 worth of crypto instead.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what you want me to do. I just didn't see any value in it. I'm just not
Yeah,
gonna pay. Send me to collections. I don't care.
yeah.
I did find that email. So
Oh, good.
okay. So your wordy sorry, your wordy steady presence tagline was something I don't even remember what it was before you consolidated it. And then you consolidated it after the show and said, "We lift up new families through an empowering birth experience."
Yes.
It's short. So I just took out some words and made it shorter. And
Yeah.
I wrote something like lifting families through an empowering birth experience.
Okay.
Just said, we is already implied, up is already implied by the word lift, new isolates people that have already had a child but wish to go a better way. You're on the right track. So that's all I said. So people can email you or
Yeah, right.
message you on Float or
Yeah.
Instagram or whatever, like, hey, you got it.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, kind of putting marketing out to the universe, and having other people with an outside view in help you with that, because we've been meeting people in our life that say, "Oh, I work with doulas that and I'm a marketing professional. I work with doulas. Would you like to work together, or just be friends and hang out?" And so it's interesting when you start putting yourself out there, what you get. And I'm
Yeah.
sure you'll find that as you
Get some
start,
feedback.
hopping from farm to farm.
Yeah. Oh, here, you messaged it to me. I just saw that I had a private message thing. Okay, I got it.
Oh, I gotta change. Okay, so if I go to comments, okay, now I can see.
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah, you'd have to go to comments and post a comment, and then
Oh, okay.
yeah. Half of my setup is terrible because I'm in a small office. So
Sure.
so the other thing I mentioned was just like Coinbase bankruptcy possible? And like, what happens to all that crypto left on Coinbase if Coinbase goes under or whatever? And I basically said,
Sure.
I don't know. I don't care. I didn't read an article because I don't hold it on exchange. The end.
Right. Well, exactly. I mean, okay. So like I said, I might have family that watch this and maybe they don't understand the crypto space. But the best analogy, so I was talking about money, and money has a long history. It's as old as civilization. So let's say you have when value first started to be storable, it was in the form of grain. And the first money was in the form of certificates saying you get this amount of grain from, let's say, the large storage area of grain that they had.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was, like a pyramid or some kind of stone temple or whatever. Are you going to trust your livelihood that's stored in grain to a piece of paper and have it always be redeemable for grain? In stable times, yes, that's the whole point of the piece of paper, the note saying that you're entitled to this amount of grain. But what happens when there's bad times, when there's uncertainty? People, entities get not I don't want to use the word greedy, but human nature takes over, and they hold on to the value that is in their possession, i.e. Coinbase's access to all these funds on their platform, on their exchange. So I don't find it, out of the realm of possibility that could happen.
Right. Yeah. Kind of like how like Tether is gonna probably be like, because it's a stable coin, it's eventually gonna be brought into the fold under like FDIC or something like that. Um,
Right.
when the other analogy is when I was trying to get my dad into Bitcoin the last time, it was at like $45,000. It was holding steady about there for a couple of weeks. So this would have been 6 to 10 months ago, maybe. I don't know. It
Sure.
doesn't matter. I was like, hey, if you're gonna talk to some of your investment, like Fidelity, I think he has investments through Fidelity. I'm like, if you
Mhm.
buy it through them, make sure that you can take custody of your Bitcoin. I'm like, it'd be the same as buying gold on the stock market, but never owning any physical gold. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why not just buy the gold?
Right. Right. Right.
And he's like, you know what, that's a good point. That makes a lot of sense. And he talked to Fidelity, and he's like, they were so worthless to talk to. It was such a waste of a meeting. I still
So-
don't think he's bought any, but
yeah. Yeah. Well,
but
and then
actually,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, within a week from now, uh, May 16th here, Fidelity was like, we're gonna start offering Bitcoin in our retirement accounts or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's funny that a couple months prior they were useless, and I'm sure they are still useless because they just don't get it. Like, we just keep getting asked about it, so we should pretend like we know what we're doing.
Yes. Yes.
So that's all I had for current events.
Yeah. Let's dive into the main topic, huh?
Okay, perfect. So first question I wrote for my notes was, what makes a good leader? And the second thing, are you the leader in your household, or are you a leader in your household? Now, this isn't picking on you, because
Yes.
Katie and I do the exact same thing. On our last episode, I think it was the last episode, we were talking about something, and Ashley, you're like, I don't, you needed like some clarification on something. You're like, Ash, can you just like
Yeah.
uh help me here, like throw me a lifeboat or something, like
Yeah.
um I would do the exact same thing. And like I don't know what that exactly what that has to do with like leadership, but I think it's like being a good team also. Like,
Hmm.
like when you kind of carry it as far as you can, you're like, I can't, this is as far as I can go. I need a little help here. And get an assist, and then you can keep going. So
Yeah. Yeah, my scout leader when I was growing up, he said that the the best leaders are also the best followers.
mm,
And so going along that story, we need to know our limitations as leaders and when to defer to other people for help. And and I do that with Ash all the time. She has great intuition on things. So most of the time I'm the follower. I do a lot of the I got flack for saying this previously, but I do a lot of the dishes, the laundry. I know that I'm good at it, that I'm efficient at it, and it frees up time for her to either relax and just take a break from watching the kids during the day, but it also frees up her time because as for her work style, she's very it comes in bursts.
sure.
And so if I can free up time for her to relax, knowing that we're gonna get a burst of energy tomorrow, it's worth it. So
Yeah.
you know, we go back and forth on, I guess, leadership topics.
I I would say for Katie and I'm looking out like 5+ years ahead in terms of like directing the ship that is like our family.
Hmm.
And she's like looking ahead in like the next few months, mainly like for money, which is awesome because I'm awful at it. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, hey, can we buy this? And she'll be like, mm, no, we got this big bill coming up from that thing last month or whatever. I'm like, oh crap, that's right.
Hmm.
Can I get it anyways? And so we're a good team that way. And I don't, it's not like I'm steering the ship 5+ years without her. Like I have ideas of where I want to be, and I'll ask her about it. And whatever she's like, okay, that's a good idea, that's a bad idea, or how about this? And so we can like tweak the direction together. But whatever direction we settle on, I'm gonna take us there. And
Right.
she's very good at managing the day to day. I get um I get lost in thinking about how do we keep going forward in that direction, that I don't pay attention to the day to day.
Right.
So if that makes any sense. I mean, uh she keeps she keeps it nice around here. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, Ash and I would say we kind of work on the same way where, yeah, just like you said, I mean, back in 2016, that was the kind of the first inklings that we wanted to homeschool, and she was really nervous about it. But by having that foresight of, I want to homeschool, well then, now Ted's 5. So over that course of that time, we've had enough time to acclimate first to the idea, and then, like you said, steer the ship to make the decisions that sets us up for success of where we wanted to be.
Right.
So both of our whole households kind of operate the same way.
Yeah. We could be on that show Wife Swap, and it would all be
Yeah, it'd be like, oh hey Katie, yeah.
um
But you were
so
talking about what makes a good leader.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna say something here.
Do it.
For everybody listening, Dylan is such a good leader. He lets his neighbors steal his asparagus out of his front lawn.
Oh, okay. You saw that on Facebook?
I did. Well,
Okay.
Instagram. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
saw
Ashley did,
Ashley's
yeah.
Ashley's video on Instagram. She's like, I mean, she had a lot of emotions about it, but honestly, you could just see like a WTF like on her face. Like, seriously,
Yeah,
this is such an invasion of my space. This is wild. Uh, and my comment back to her was like, it's it's got to be like you guys are already so giving and like being parts of like the community, like you're probably like leaders of like in your community, I would assume, the way you organize events, like you host events, usually leaders host things.
right,
So I guess that just automatically makes you a leader. And then someone comes by that probably isn't actually in your community, they're just in your geographical community, right?
right, exactly.
They just come by and start picking asparagus out of your yard.
Yep. So, we're gonna be putting
Oh
up signs
man,
that say, "You're not wild foraging, you're trespassing."
nice.
Yeah, and yeah, that whole thing started off, uh, some events that we wanna do. So, getting into preparedness, you want to first you want to do all the things that don't cost a lot of money, like procedures and protocols,
Yeah,
before like investing in, you know, tools for self-defense. And so we want to host some events that get people into the preparedness mindset and actually, force us to sit down and say these are some procedures and protocols that we want to enact during certain times, like that asparagus event. They were only picking asparagus, but they could have been doing something else, or you know, trying to steal chickens, or
absolutely.
you know,
Oh,
there-
look,
there's
these
yeah,
chickens are free range chickens. See,
right,
that's what that means.
yeah. So y- that might be an event that we do, is start monetizing the planning that we should already be doing for our family, and work with other families to help them, establish their procedures and protocols, just like
Yeah.
you helped me with our tagline.
Um, Kitty was looking up. Kitty was looking up some like trespassing signs, and one of her favorites was like hippity. It was like a picture of a frog. It's like hippity hoppity, get off my property.
Ooh, yeah, I like that one.
Or with I could assume that maybe your whoever was stealing your asparagus was thinking it was like a you pick garden or something like that. It's like not a you picked the wrong house or
Ooh,
something.
yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's when it's on someone when it's in a ditch at someone's house, you think that this is not something that you should be doing. If it's on a ditch near a cornfield,
Right.
okay, I get it. But anyway, um, yeah, we can. What other? What's the next leadership topic?
Are you a leader at work?
Ooh, okay, that's an interesting one.
Let's hear it.
So I don't think that I'm a leader at work. Maybe people younger than me look up to me as a leader, but I'm pretty new yet in my job, and so to me in work, leadership comes with knowledge and how that knowledge is applied. So I don't have a lot of knowledge yet in my job. So I'm still, at the lower ranks, if you will. But as we start getting more younger employees, I don't know, maybe they look up to me. I try to
Sure.
conduct myself in a way that's respectful, and which is kind of hard to come by these days. I work with some, I'm going to say it, unrespectful people,
Hmm.
And maybe that, I know they're probably not watching.
Maybe they should. They learned a thing or two.
Yeah. But hopefully that respect comes through as, this is someone that I want to follow.
Sure.
And so maybe the point there is maybe you're not a leader at work, but you should go about your business like you are a leader, and maybe you'll start having some followers.
Do you even want to be a leader at work?
Good question. We have someone in our group that he's, close to retirement age. He probably could have been a manager at some point, but he chose to stay in the position that he's in currently, just because he didn't want the leadership. The next phase of his career probably would have come with more money, but also more responsibility. And so in that instance, he chose something that he's comfortable with. I don't blame him. And sometimes maybe you don't want to be the leader because it comes with responsibility.
Sure. I'm definitely not the leader at work. I was already at the bottom of the totem pole, given 3-person company. It's a pretty short totem pole.
Yep.
And like they tried to give me, like, let's say a year ago, they tried to give me more stuff to do. And I just wasn't taking to it really. And then I gave my notice 2 months ago. And so
Yeah.
a lot of stuff has been taken from me. Like I shouldn't say a lot of stuff because like I'm still driving like a company truck and everything like that.
Sure.
Like still have company credit card for gas and still have tools and all those things. But like as far as like we want you to take charge on this project, not really happening. Like
Right.
It's just not really my skill set, I guess, on that. At least in this industry. So which is fine. I always thought like when I was, young, a young a young electrical apprentice 5 years ago, I was like, oh yeah, eventually I'm gonna know enough and I'm gonna train in the new guy and that would be cool. And now I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to have to look after somebody. Not like that. Like it's different
Right.
when it's your kid.
Yeah.
But at work, not like a 9 to 5. Like I just want to worry about my work. I don't want to have to like you're gonna have to do that over because you suck at this.
Right. Yeah.
So
There's something to be said about your life during work and your life out of work.
mhm.
Like when I'm at the office, I'm a different person.
Oh
Like
yeah. It'd be
yeah,
weird if you were the same.
I'm sure say that again.
It would be weird if you were just the same person,
Yeah.
I think.
When I'm home out by, let's say, the ducks or gardening, I'm doing things that a natural human should be doing.
A natural human.
No, seriously, like I'm doing things that humans were made to do. And I'm happy, I have a smile on my face, I feel great. But take a person out of that environment and you would not be surprised that they are different.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely carry myself differently at work than I do at home. Like
Yeah.
just how it is.
Yeah,
I'm there to work. I'm not there to make friends. I don't really care if I have friends at work.
right.
Okay, so next question. Are you a leader within your friend group?
Okay, that's interesting. I don't have a lot of friends.
Me either.
Yeah, most of my friends are my wife's friends, and but they're my friends too.
I
Don't
think there
get me
was a.
wrong.
Oh, I get it. I get it. It was just like it. There's think there's a movie about that. Oh, what the heck is it called? I Love You, Man, with
Yes.
Paul Rudd and the other guy. I don't know what his name is, but that's just
Uh,
what my
yeah.
he's tall, curly haired dude or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I got the movie right. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. But and what I mean by that is I don't have a lot of friends that I've made organically by myself. They've mostly come through, families meeting each other or friends from college that Ash met. Um, but it's hard to answer because I just don't have a lot of friends.
sure. Friends is kind of like a weird label for me, I guess, specifically like what's a friend?
Mm-hmm.
Uh People that I've known for even 6 months or longer, and we've shared experiences together and we enjoy each other's company. Is that a friend? I guess. So in that instance, I got a lot of friends, but
Yeah, right.
none of them are like good friend. Like that's not terribly true. Not a lot of them are good friends. Like we just don't stay in touch that often.
Yeah,
Is really the thing that separates friends from good friends, I think. And I'm always the one that has to reach out to them, be like, "Hey man, how's it going? Haven't talked to you in a while."
yeah,
Like I'm always the one like maintaining contact, you know. Hey, let's make sure that, we're still connected or whatever, let's chat for 45 minutes every 6 months or something.
right.
Which if that's all it is, that's all it is and that's fine. Um
Yeah, I think the guy friends in my life, I and I we just had some friends over from Alaska visit,
oh cool.
and we I consider this guy a friend, and we don't talk a lot. I mean, we really don't. We tried to do this app called Marco Polo, where you can take a video of yourself, chatting to this person, but they can't respond. It's like a one sided FaceTime thing,
Okay,
and
I
then they can,
gotcha.
yeah. So we tried that, and we both suck at it. There's something about men communicating with each other where it just falls through the cracks, and we don't stay up to date. But you get those two people together and say, "Hey, let's go out for a drink." You could spend 4 hours talking to each other,
It's
catching up.
like no time had passed. Like,
Correct. It
yeah,
felt
I
like,
got the same.
yeah,
Yep.
yep. So that's basically it for I don't know, my philosophy on friends.
Are you on TikTok at all?
I'm not.
Do you watch any TikToks?
I'm afraid if I would start, I would not be able to stop.
That's exactly how it goes.
Yeah.
I'll summarize this video that I sent you, or that I sent you, that I can send you if you want.
Hmm.
This guy has this concept, and he's like, real men don't have friends. Like we we're destined to um, go about this life on our own, and our only priorities are like is our family
Hmm.
and I guess our work. I can't remember if he said that specifically, but
Yeah.
definitely family.
Yep.
And he's like, so if you're doing that correctly, you don't have time for friends. And I was like, dang. I thought about that for like a solid week after I saw that video, and I was like, I can see that. And like I guess it's kind of true because like I got a buddy in Colorado that I'd like to go visit, which I see him probably once a year.
Yep.
Either he comes here or I go there. And we'd probably visit more if I, didn't want to be away from my family,
Right. Right.
or anything we're trying to schedule, like, well, can I bring my wife and my kid? Can I, like, I don't know, just somehow have them be involved in whatever it is I'm doing. So, and just just makes like just makes it easier, I guess. So, well, actually, sorry, it actually makes it more difficult to do things, but it makes it easier in that if they can't come with or they can't be involved in some way, well, then I'm probably just not doing it.
Exactly. Yeah, two
So,
two comments on that. So, uh, I mean, first, that video jives well with the prime directive of permaculture,
yes,
and
good
that
call.
that is something that a lot of people don't understand. And for the people that don't understand the prime directive of permaculture, the it's the only ethical decision you can make is to take care of yourself and that of your family, or the decisions of yourself and that of your family. And when you start to make sacrifices in the name of the prime directive, people don't get you. They don't understand you at all.
Right.
If you're, skipping out on like fun things, or I don't know, keeping up with the Joneses for the prime directive, they think you're nuts. They think you're weird.
Right.
And you just got to keep going with the prime directive because it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is, when I'm engaging in an activity or really a leadership behavior, I like to look at history and see if anyone else has done it in the past and how that worked out for them. And I was this weird kid that read Ronald Reagan's autobiography in middle school.
What?
Yes.
Why?
I read up to like the mid part of his presidency and then stopped. But
Okay.
one thing I got from that book, and it relates to friends, is Ronald Reagan never had any close friends.
Hmm.
He was very well connected, but he never considered anybody a good friend.
Okay.
And he was an I don't know if his family would agree with this, but he valued his family. And so I look back in
Sure.
the past, and okay, here's a good example of someone engaging in the behavior that I'm doing. Well, then I don't have to rationalize it.
Sure.
It seems like this is a pattern that repeats itself, and I'm in that pattern as well. So I'm good. I don't have to contemplate, oh, am I weird for not having a lot of friends? I don't have to think about it.
Yeah. And if you're busy with family first and then work second, like, again, where are you going to find time?
Right.
Like, um an hour a week to do this plus 15ish minutes on the front and the back end, it's an hour and a half. So,
Mhm.
like, once a week, and I can do it at home. Obviously, I'm at
Yep.
home, and, like, I'm watching my kid on the little, like, baby monitor, not sleeping. Nope, he's asleep. Nope, never mind. He just moved. Uh, so it's not like I have to go anywhere to do this. I just got to pop into the office. So, I, yeah, it's just, is this still about leadership? How do we tie this back to leadership?
Well, let's just go to the next question.
Okay. It's kind of circling back to what I teased you about your asparagus. Are you a leader within your community?
Okay, so I want to be a leader in the community. I am striving to be a leader in the community. And what I've learned about being a leader in the community is that you can't just will it into existence.
Sure.
So people need to follow a leader, and we're providing content to people in our community, and we're hoping that that content is inspiring or makes them question something.
Are you talking about
And
steady presence specifically?
steady presence specifically,
Okay.
yes. Yep. I mean, most of the things that we do are under the umbrella of steady presence, whether that's in the birth world or growing your own food, homeschooling. We're kind of just here for support in all of those topics. So when we're on Instagram or YouTube talking about various topics, we're hoping that people see us as leaders in our community that can be approached if you have questions.
No, that makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to put the time in to be seen as a leader in your community. You can't just be like, you should all follow me now. They have to like that. You have to give people a reason why they'd even look at you, much less look up to you.
Right.
And it has to be kind of, I'd say, for it to be natural, it has to be like selfless in your actions.
Exactly.
So, like, I don't know if we were talking about organizing events earlier, right?
Yep.
Over the last 6 months, I've organized probably 3 or 4 like group dinners here at our house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the end of this month it'll be the 4th one. And so like one was just like our neighborhood. Second one was some like families that all have boys like around my son's age, like plus a year,
Mm-hmm.
minus a year.
Yeah.
And some like an older couple that moved in recently, and then a I'm trying to get together like a baby shower for Katie because she never really got one the first go around.
Sure.
So just all like these little like get-togethers, and then uh, giving away eggs is a very great kind of like it's cheap. First of all, well, not really, but kind of like cheap way as like a act of goodwill, I guess. Be like, hey, I'm just gonna give these eggs away,
Yep.
and it's just kind of like it's a good excuse to keep you connected with your neighbors or whoever decides wants your eggs. And I guess if you're just giving stuff to people like and they want it, be like, all right, I don't know, just kind of sets that tone. And I'm not doing that intentionally. I'm just like, I have too many eggs. Here you go. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and because it's weird that I could possibly be a leader in whatever community I'm in when I'm leaving, right? Like I'm not gonna be here next year.
Right. Right.
So that's kind of interesting. And if there's ever like an opportunity to be like a leader in the farm hop life journey, that ain't going to be me either because the whole purpose of that is for me to like be a follower. Like I just want to like the idea is that I just go help people do stuff. Like I'm not looking for people to help me do stuff. Like so if at any point people are like, "Hey, look at him." I'm going to take somebody and like put them right in front of me like, "Nope. This is who you want to look at, like right here. This is
Yeah.
I ain't the guy."
I'm going to disagree with you on that point, though.
What do you mean?
So, a couple forums back, you were talking about how, it was the sales and marketing one where someone on Twitter said, check this guy out. He's going to be taking his family out on the road and going to homesteads and helping people out. So, in that instance, someone sees you as a leader of this movement of going around and helping people out. So you're going to be the first
I
one.
guess.
Yeah, you're going to be kind of this, archetype of, what's successful, what didn't work, how can it work for your family, where are the best places to go. People are going to be looking to you if that's the kind of lifestyle they want to live.
I suppose I better sabotage this thing because I don't like that. I'm just gonna cancel the whole thing. I'm gonna take this sign down and just burn it. And
Yeah,
we're gonna wrap up right here. I'm gonna kick you out.
Ash is blushing a gut.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. That it's a leader in like a much different sense. Like, is it though? I don't know.
Because
I guess it's all about perception, right?
Yeah. So okay, here's another example. So Justin Rhodes does his videos, and I'm not okay, so let's say I'm not actively watching his videos and then going to his farm and performing activities on his farm. But he's a leader in my life because I can follow in his footsteps and do things as a result of him documenting his life and putting it out for others to see. So I consider him a leader.
Okay.
Just like you're going to be, on a journey, and people are going to be looking at you and what you're doing and saying, hey, if they're on the fence of, I'm at this house, but I'd really like to do the going around to homesteads and helping people out, they're going to look to you and say, oh, this guy's doing it. I'm in. I'm doing it.
I guess it still feels weird that that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Because it was never meant to be that. It's just like, I just want to go around freaking help people. Like, it's not how is that like it never crossed my mind that could be a potential leadership role in what I'm doing.
Yeah. And I mean, more on that topic in Nicole Sauce's underground networking presentation. She gave, in an underground network, she gave 4 different archetypes of people. And one of them is the traveler. You, sir, are the traveler.
I'll have to go listen to that.
Yeah.
I must have missed that one. I'll go check that out.
So in this underground network that's forming, there's people that need to be, boots on the ground. We're putting our roots down here, and that's what we are. We put our roots down. This is the lifestyle we want to live. But we also need the traveler. And you can, like in Nicole's presentation, you go back and there's been underground networks throughout history. Obviously the Underground Railroad, but she gave examples of, the French Resistance, and the people that were espousing freedom in the old Soviet Union. And that underground network was with the circulation of VHS tapes of Western movies.
Yeah.
And that simple act changed a culture. But
Yeah, it really did. Yeah.
yeah, so we need the traveler.
Good. Good. I guess I'll be the traveler, and if that makes me leader as well, well then I guess we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll cross the
Um
bridge when you come to it.
yeah, we'll cross that bridge and burn it. Wrapping up really quick, who are some leaders? Sorry, it's super sweaty in here, and my back just like stuck to this chair. So gross. Um, who do you consider like who's a leader that you look up to in your life?
Okay, you go first.
Oh crap, I don't have one. I just wanted to ask you.
uh,
Shoot, I guess I don't know. I'm not prepared for that question.
well, okay. So I consider a great leader in my life. To be honest, Jack Spirko, he he's like this little canary on your shoulder,
Yeah,
like I don't know, like Pinocchio, the little cricket.
like Pinocchio.
Like I don't know if I have my fairy tales right, but
No, that's okay. Because I was thinking about Jack too, but
yeah. So I think about different, let's say, current events and things that might scare you, like a Dr. Seuss book. They might scare you right out of your pants. And like tonight, I needed to go in the garden, and I'm planting tomatoes, kind of thinking about various current events, and it's kind of like WWJD bracelet. What would Jack do, or what would Jack think? And
okay,
I try not to get worked up about current events and think about what would Jack say.
sure,
Kind of leading the pack.
fair enough.
Yeah. But I've also been on a hiatus of also of watching Jack, and um I guess a leader also has to know when to limit. I mean, even when you watch um leaders doing their work, you have to get out of a tunnel vision, if you will, take a step back, look at the bigger picture. So I have been doing that, but
Was too many inputs.
yeah, like Ash said, there's too many inputs.
That was too many inputs in your life. Too many
Sure.
ideas, too many.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah.
No, it's a good answer.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, I found that video though that I was telling you about the guy that says that real men can't have friends.
Right. Okay.
Do you want? Let's see. I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share my screen here,
Do it.
and here we go. Yes, he has a kind of a weird head.
Okay, he looks British.
He might be British. How do I? Where's the volume? Here it is.
I don't know. Okay, I can't hear it that well, but
Wait, really?
yeah, I can't hear it that well, but he looks intense.
He's talking a little intense. It's also how TikTok's like spliced together.
Sure.
What if I maxed up the volume. Does that help you?
I'd try it.
Oops.
No, it's probably coming in through the computer audio.
Dang it. Well, shoot. I don't know how to make that better. So we'll scrap that and we'll wrap up. we'll wrap up anyways. So I'll send it to you later or something.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. So that was a good talk. What tell people who you are, where they can find you, and all that goodness.
Yeah, so I'm Dylan Schnese of Steady Presence. We lift families through an empowering birth experience. And you can check us out at Instagram, Facebook, and I'm also on Float.
Awesome. And I am Matt Derosier of FarmHopLife, a traveling homestead family. You can check us out, farmhoplife.com. Appreciate everybody for watching. And next week, we're going to talk about something different. I got an idea, so I'm gonna run it by you.
Excellent.
All right. See you later.
All right. Talk to you later.